So 1976, the bicentennial,
Yeah.
and you were moving here from Denver. And what did you find? I mean, you found groups of people that you gravitated towards in workshops.
I did. I'm wondering how I even discovered the Holy City Zoo and that whole.
It's all a blur.
Yeah. Wow.
But if you were looking for improv workshops and you found whatever classes or whatever,
yeah.
And who were the other people in the workshops, and how did everybody react, especially when Femprov was formed? Because that was sort of a breakout and a breakaway from what was status quo at the time.
Oh, absolutely. Plus, most guys would say, well, that sounds like a feminine hygiene product. And because I thought of the name, I, of course, fought for it forever, because it's like, how perfect is it? Come on! So anyway.
And years later, there was an entire festival named after that, which we kind of...
Well,
yeah,
illegally.
Yeah.
It was that good, though.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I should have copyrighted it. Or trademarked it. Dang it.
It stood the test of time, for sure.
Absolutely.
But there was a lot of dissension about Femprov, because we had sort of stepped away from the one slot that was open for female improvisers at the time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they ever considered us a threat of any sort, and nor do I think they thought we were necessarily successful either.
Or
we
funny.
knew different. Or funny. Well, jokes on them.
I think in general, women weren't considered funny.
No.
I mean,
no, unless you were ugly, right, or fat, or if you were beautiful, you couldn't do stand-up either, right? But then maybe you could do improv and be funny, but you couldn't, Yeah.
I can remember too, Susan saying because I think she had her eye on LA and wanted to go to auditions, and the idea was you needed characters that you could bring to those auditions, so they could see a large scope of what you could do, the different kinds of people that you could do. So again, improv was a perfect plate for that, because you could, every scene or every bit was a different character that you could bring.
Yeah, if you did it right, absolutely, which we tried to do, so.
Right.
Yeah.
I can remember someone saying that you can't do improv without men. And
oh, I remember that too.
But I think we just sort of went, yeah, whatever. And because we knew, we were getting laughs, we were getting audiences, we were getting booked. And whether it was because we were a novelty act or because it was on a special women's night, there was no reason why we weren't being successful right out of the gate.
Yeah, and women's night didn't last that long either.
About 3 months.
Yeah, exactly. So because they couldn't even handle it that long. So
you know what? There's a thing that John Cantu wrote. I will send you the link.
Okay.
About why women's night didn't last is because women couldn't stretch. Now there were maybe 5 stand-ups on the bill. Susan would do double duty during the night doing improvising. But with Femprov as the improv group and the MC, we could do a couple of scenes or a couple of bits between each stand-up. But Cantu at the time, wanted it to be a full long night. Those nights would start at 8 and go till 2. So that's a lot of comedy, and that works great for open mics where people are just clamoring.
Yeah.
But if you've only got 4 or 5 women that are doing stand up, and
I see.
You know what I'm saying? That's not enough to fill an entire night. So he would end up cutting it off and start letting men go up on those women's nights. After the women had first gig, except after we warmed them up, I guess.